Hi, I'm Tiquan and I'm going to talk to you today about diabetes and how it doesn't have to change your life. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see my audience member. One moment. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hand the camera back. Okay, so this is my informative speech on how diabetes doesn't have to change your life. I do have a prop here that I will show you later on. Please excuse my eye contact as I'll be looking back and forth at the props that I have here to make sure that I'm going over everything correctly. So the main reason why I'm having this informative speech about diabetes is because I want people to know that just because you have diabetes doesn't mean it has to change your life. You can still have quite a normal lifestyle and still eat and enjoy things like everyone else and still cope with this and live healthy. First, let's tell you what diabetes is. There are 3 types of diabetes that affect your insulin. So the first one is type 1 diabetes. So it's also usually set during juvenile onset diabetes. So early on in life you'll usually find out if you have this kind. And there's about 10 to 15% of the population that has that form of diabetes. Next, which is the most common form of diabetes, which about 85% of the population has, and it's usually late onset, is type 2 diabetes. And basically what type 2 diabetes is it's the most common form, as I was saying before, and it's more of like an insulin deficiency or insulin resistance to your body. So, and then last but not least, there's something called gestational diabetes, which is usually common in pregnant women, and it's usually onset during pregnancy. Very small women usually have permanent diabetes after the pregnancy, but it is something that can happen and it is caused by it. Some things that you can do is to make sure that you're not as obese, so watching what you eat and things like that. So when you do become pregnant, just making sure that you are still eating healthier while you're pregnant, while still nurturing the baby. Next, I want to talk about the symptoms. So the symptoms that let you know if you might be one of those people that has diabetes or feel that you might have diabetes. Of course, always go to the doctor and get checked to make sure instead of diagnosing yourself. But there's also things like fatigue, weight loss, decrease in appetite, increase in appetite even though you are still losing weight, which I know, kind of conflicts with each other. There's also extremely thirsty, so no matter how much you try to drink something, you just continue to get thirsty. I can actually personally relate to this because my mother was the same way before she found out she had it. We went and got some slushies from Sonic, and by the time we got home, she drank hers, mine, and my daughter's. There's also another form of urination, so you have extreme urination, and of course that can come from drinking a lot of fluids from the extreme thirstiness that you have. So, of course, go to the doctor and get checked. There's also things that you can do to prevent it, and there's also treatment in living with diabetes. What I have here is actually a blood pressure machine that I have, and this is something that you can actually buy and have at home with you every day. This was actually purchased from the local pharmacy, Walgreens that we have. Usually under $100. They usually range between $20 to $100, depending on how advanced you would like to have it. And it comes in a nice little cute carrying case, and it's just something that you can check maybe once a week because blood pressure also affects diabetes. So this is something that you can make sure that you're maintaining a healthy blood pressure. And of course, if it's continuing to be high, please consult with your doctor. Also, eating healthier, there's several cookbooks that they have available that shows you how to eat with diabetes, which gets rid of a lot of the sugar and starches in your diet. And of course, it's good to just have your whole family eat that way too, because there's nothing wrong with eating healthier. Prescription pills, and of course insulin injection shots. My mother actually has to do injection shots herself now, and she's able to maintain hers for the last 5 years. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that just because you find out you have diabetes doesn't mean that your life is over, and you can still live with diabetes and maintain a normal lifestyle. I hope that you've learned about this very common illness, but let you know that it's not something that can ruin your life. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.